A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. Yesterday we saw India absolutely decimate Sri Lanka and win the Asia Cup for a record extending 8th time. Then at this point in time, there was one individual who had broken the internet with his spell, and he became the toast of social media. Now after the Asia Cup, there is some sort of a debate as to whether the Australian series that India are going to play in 5 days time, is it really necessary? This is the latest topic that we are going to focus on in the morning wrap. Plus, an Indian legend bid goodbye to the Davis Cup tennis tournament, and one hopes that he can contribute to Indian tennis in some big way. Because yesterday, Mohammad Siraj's record-breaking 6 for 21 ensured that India decimated Sri Lanka for 50 and they chased the target of 51 in just 6.1 overs. Just 21.3 overs, not even 1/4 of a match. That was done. But after that, he was really appreciated on social media, and leading the charges were a lot of Bollywood celebrities. There was Anushka Sharma and Shraddha Kapoor. Anushka Sharma said, "Kya baat hai, Mia Magic." She posted a series of photos hailing Mohammad Siraj's contribution. And then Shraddha Kapoor's response, that broke the internet in a big way, because she stated, "Ab Siraj se hi pucho is free time ke saath kya kare." That was the tributes that Mohammad Siraj got from everybody on social media. They just could not stop praising Siraj's appreciation, because he had bowled in the zone which was simply fantastic. And that is the reason why it was truly a sensational effort from Mohammad Siraj. 6 for 21, a spell to remember for the ages. The comments and the compliments that he's getting on social media has really gone viral. We are building up now for the World Cup. There is only one more series left after this, two more series. New Zealand are playing Bangladesh and India are playing Australia. These are the last pit stops before the World Cup that begins on October 5. New Zealand unveiled their jersey kit yesterday, and it was really vintage black caps. Just some stripes, white stripes with New Zealand written, and the jersey is black. It is just like a small way in their 2019 jersey, except less stripes there. There were less stripes in the 2019 jersey as compared to 2023. So, New Zealand have unveiled their kit for the World Cup, and it truly is black magic indeed. After losing 3-2 to South Africa, after leading 2-0, it was indeed a capitulation by Australia as they lost the next two ODIs by big margins in Centurion and Johannesburg. They have announced their squad for the India ODI series that will begin from the 22nd. Pat Cummins is back. So is the likes of Steve Smith and Mitchell Starc. So they have recovered from their injuries and they are going overtime in ensuring that they are all fit. But there is one notable absentee in this entire squad, and that is Travis Head. Remember, Travis Head suffered a fracture as he tried to pull a Gerald Coetzee short ball, and it remains to be seen whether he can be available for the World Cup. It looks as if his World Cup dreams are over at this point in time. But it was a horror day when you have to look at sports for Australia. Not just they lost the ODI World Cup Series 3-2, but after 69 years, the Wallabies, the Australian rugby team, they lost to Fiji in the World Cup final, in a World Cup tournament. And remember, 69 years ago, Australia had lost to Fiji in a bilateral. Now, 69 years later, in a World Cup, they have lost to Fiji, and their chances of qualifying for the quarterfinals have taken a big blow. Now, if you look at it, Wasim Akram, the former Pakistan pacer and captain, he has raised an objection as to why India are playing Australia in a 3-match ODI series just before the World Cup. He stated that it was absolutely unnecessary because India might be fatigued, they might show all their cards. Playing with the core for the Australia series, they'll just expose all their tricks, they'll just ensure that what are the strengths and weaknesses. Akram has said this kind of an ODI series is absolutely unnecessary at this point in time. What you had to do was just take your time, relax, and then prepare for the World Cup in the same way as you had done for the Asia Cup. Why would you have to play a 3-match ODI series? Is there merit to it? Is there some way that you can ensure that you had to play this series? Was it necessary? You can write to us in the comments below. Simon Doyle, on the other hand, has had a criticism for the Indian batters. He believes that the Indian players do not play fearless cricket. They only play because they are stats driven. Numbers are very important for the Indian cricket team, and that is why, because they want to ensure that their numbers are good, they forsake the kind of fearless cricket that the likes of Australia and England kind of play. We saw how it backfired for Australia, we saw how it succeeded for England. Is Simon Doyle right on this? Do India play stats driven cricket? You can write to us in the comments below for that as well. It's a very, very debatable issue at this point in time. From cricket, let us move to other sports, and Lionel Messi is apparently suffering from muscle fatigue. It is this muscle fatigue that saw him miss the match against Atlanta, because remember, Miami were thrashed 5-2 by Atlanta and Lionel Messi was missing. It's shown, it's proven. If Miami don't have the services of Messi, they do struggle. But it is the end of a tennis legend when you have to look at Indian tennis, because remember, Rohan Bopanas, playing in his final Davis Cup tie, put on a remarkable show. Even as one of the core players, he helped the youngsters and ensured India beat Morocco in the Davis Cup Group 2 World Tour Stage 2 playoff. And because of the 4-1 win, they have qualified for Group 1 of the World Stage playoffs. And that's why it's a great and fitting end to Rohan Bopanas' Davis Cup career. But whether he will contribute in some other way to Indian tennis, that remains to be seen now. But tribute and kudos to Rohan Bopanas for putting on such a magnificent show. So we have seen that the Asia Cup is now done. We are gearing up for India versus Australia. It's going to be a cracking series. Whether it is a necessary or an unnecessary series, that remains to be seen now. So we'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon to know when we go live, and don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.